Hello, lovely people. Today we're going to look at some common Excel errors. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrea Vivian Samson, and we talk about some computer IT things. Now, today particularly, we're going to look at some common Excel errors and how we can solve them. Now, the very first one is this, which is displayed on the laptop. We have the has. Now, why does this kind of error occur? This occurs when you have larger values and they cannot fit in this small column. Now, the only thing you do is just to increase the size or the width of that particular column, and that error is solved. Then our second error that we're going to look at is the name error. Now, how does the name error comes? The name error comes when you type a wrong name of a formula that the system does not recognize. Let's say, for example, we want to add these two cells of we want to add the values in these two cells of English and mathematics. So we put equal signs. Instead of putting sum, we put add. Last time we talked about sum. So sum is just the addition. But since it is addition, someone may say, let me just write add, maybe it is going to work. So let's see what it brings. You see immediately, even before you tap the second one, it just brings this has name with a question mark. So how do you fix this? Simply you do that by typing in the right formula. We have our sum, then you select and you select. Oh, sorry for that. That has also brought another error. We put our equal sign and then we sum it. So that and that. Sorry, select the range, that, then so it brings that. So that's what happens with the name. So the only thing you can do is just to insert the right formula. And then the next error that we have is the hash div stroke or stroke 0. Why does such kind of an error occur? Such kind of an error occurs when you are trying to divide a value by 0. Let's see, we have this under this column, all the numbers are there, all the figures are there for this name. Again, there's this names, and then we have this column. Some are missing. We don't have others, and this is taken as 0. So let's say we are dividing. Let me put we are dividing equal sign. We are dividing the B2 divided by C2. So what do we get? We get that value 0.8 and other numbers. So let's drag that down. Last time I talked about dragging so much when we're trying to make the report card in my previous video. If you had not seen that, you can check my other video. So we have this. We can see the has div stroke O. Now this one comes as a result of dividing this 78 by a number which is not there. It brings for us this. Now, how do we fix this kind of an error? Now, someone can easily just want to remove this and remove this just by deleting them. It may work, but it may not be perfect, because assuming you're working on students' results, and this student comes and tells you that their marks was not recorded and they come with their paper. So you have to enter their marks here, and that will make you to calculate again. So the only thing you do, which is easier, we use the if error function. So you type if error. We have it here. If error. So you leave the range that you have selected or the cells that you have selected, and then you put a comma, and then you open quotes twice, and then you close the bracket. Now after doing that, you only enter and then you go back and you drag. So let's see when we drag what will happen there. All right, so it removes that immediately. Now this one is very important in a way that when you add another number like let me say 45 there, it divides immediately. It brings for you a figure there instead of bringing the div set. So if anything happens and then you get the values which are missing, it can work for you perfectly. Alright, so the next Excel error that we're going to look at is the hash value. Now, how does the hash value occur? The hash value occur when there is a text other than a value, like when you're let's say we are adding. Now, if we're adding, let's say we have a equal sign, then we are adding this plus this. All right, then we enter, we get the sum of this. So let me say we drag this down and then we see what happens to it. So we can see there are these cells that don't have values under the table, under the column of maths, but still this was brought. Now let me say there was a text here instead of a value. Let me say dog. So what occurs? It brings the error hash value. Now, how do we fix this kind of an error? Now, the only way we can fix this error is by putting this in the sum function. Let's put a sum. Then we close the second cell reference in the bracket, and we see what happens. All right, let's drag it down. Now that sum function we have put there is able to ignore any text. That means even if we had a text here, it would ignore it. It would just add this by another number here, and then it will bring that. So those are the simple Excel errors that we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wish to see you in my next videos. Please like and subscribe and share my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and I love you so much.